Oh my God! They killed Kenny.
You bastards! I think it's the wrong show, though, guys. We are watching Attack on
No.
Titan, right?
Yeah.
Attack on South Park.
Attack on South Park. You know, they might have made an episode. Who knows? I used to watch South Park, at least the first couple seasons, and I've seen random episodes here and there now, but I know there's a ton of seasons out there, so you never know.
And I never watched it, but we have a brother named Kenny, and randomly that
he
phrase
is
would come
good,
out, and I'm
he
like,
doesn't
what
die
are
every
you talking
episode.
about? And they're like, oh, it's a show you never watched. I'm like, oh, okay.
So, welcome back, everyone. Storm here.
Tom here.
Kimmy here.
We're going to be watching episode 11 of season 3 of Attack on Titan. We're watching on Crunchyroll. Big thing last time was we learned more about Levi's past and how he was pretty much adopted by Kenny. Kenny was his uncle.
Yeah, took him under his wing.
And he
He
did
was
die.
a very scrawny person.
Sickly.
Yeah, he was going to die. So Kenny saved his life. I mean, he had a very tough life growing up. I mean, here he is brawling all the time and whatever he has to do to make money, I guess. And then Kenny just walks away from one of the brawls and that was it. But he really showed him survival skills.
Boy, did he.
I mean, he's an epic fighter now. I mean, of course, he had a lot of training afterwards, too. But he is just, like, insanely good at fighting. They're all Ackermans as well. So that probably is an instinctual thing to also be very good. I know you need the training as well. But still, like, they're just a lot more powerful. I want to know more about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you guys are proud of us because we really try hard to pronounce names, and that's been an ongoing thing since the start of us watching Attack
I am
on
horrible
Titan.
at pronouncing names. I can barely say my own name.
But we respect
Guam.
how to pronounce
Guam.
names, and we listen to all of you, and we really try our best to say it right. So as you know, we've been watching this show with subtitles from the start. We have not watched the dub, so I heard a lot of different opinions on how to say. We were saying the Reese family, the Race family, but all around, I think Rice is the appropriate way because I've heard it pronounced Reese and Race and Rice on this show with the subtitle version. So we're just going to stick with Rice. We're going to try to. A big one that was a shocker to me, which I kind of thought because it didn't sound like Jean the way they would say it on this show, but with the spelling, we just think denim jeans. So we were saying Jean, and he is pronounced Jean. So that's how his name is. But we're going to try.
I'm still going to wind up butchering all these names.
I know. And then Hanj is actually, because I mentioned before that I've heard a G sometimes afterwards, but not all the time. If they talk fast, it doesn't sound like it sometimes. But Hanj is Hanji, Zoe. And then Berthold is Berthold, which that's a very subtle thing. So I'm not trying to stress anyone out to like remember all this right away. And then
There's a test tomorrow.
Yeah, Ymir is Emir.
Igor.
Tom. And and then we were saying Erwin, but it's Ervin. Ervin.
That's right.
And I have heard that too, but sometimes, when you're reading something, your brain just wants to think something else. So we're trying. We enjoy the show a lot, and I have my notes
If I try any harder, my brain's going to melt.
Yeah, but if we say it wrong, I'm not going to overly correct anyone either. We know him as G.
I'm just warning now, I'm going to butcher these names so I'll forget.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, maybe by the end of this series we'll get it right. But, we know who they are. We enjoy the characters. You really like Hanji. I think she's awesome. I'm glad she survived.
Yes.
Yeah. Levi's right up there too. Like, I really like Aaron, but I just feel bad about what he's going through. So I'm kind of pushing him to the side, being like, I'm going to focus on
He's the hope for humanity.
He is the hope for humanity. And I feel so bad for him because he's so negative and just so upset because he wants to do better, and there's just so much pressure on his shoulders all the time. And he did amazing that last time with that scary Titan.
Didn't he?
That was Rod, and he just blew up his no face. That was crazy.
That was the creepiest one.
Yeah, I mean, they
so
get
creepy.
weirder and weirder, and that was nasty, and then everything's spilling out of him.
And the guts
Nasty.
going all over the townspeople.
Yeah, yay, christening. But now, Historia, she is queen.
She is
For
queen.
real. So I think that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
So shall we get into this episode?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And again, we're watching on Crunchyroll.
I don't know, when I hear Historia, I want to sing the Anvilania song.
that guy. That's old, Tom.
And the lady
What's that from, guys? Quiz. Put it in the comments. I haven't heard. Hey, that's cheating. 348, 311.
Your nose is poking my eye.
But that's still big, though. You can be very supportive.
Absolutely.
There is hope for humanity.
There is.
No previews, though. No spoilers for next episode. So what do you guys think?
That's a lot. That was pretty incredible. Him telling him his story of what happened with his father.
Yeah, like everyone's closer than you even realize. Like here, he's been around training them when they were so much younger, and he had a very close connection to his father this whole time.
The entire time, and he had no idea. He just realized now.
Yeah, just connect
How
the faces.
incredible.
I mean, you know, with this animation style too, it's really well animated, and the styles of every character is so unique where you can easily recognize someone, and even how different they looked before, like the same guy, you know, Keith, I was just like, oh wow, it's the same freaking guy. And you know, and I can see the resemblance now, which is kind of cool to say for an animation.
They draw him with more intensity too in some parts, so it kind of throws it off a
Deeper
little
set
bit.
eyes, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he's a very unique styled character, but they do that. I've noticed that too, where they're like deeper set. And I know it's because he's older, but sometimes when it's a more intense scene or he has bigger emotions, they feel like they're darker and they're like set in more. But yeah, so he knew about all of this for a very long time, and just to train everyone and to not even say anything is just like crazy to me. But you know, everyone has their secrets.
That's right. And he truly believes he's not special.
And he wants to be something more, but you can be. You don't, I mean, there's so many different ways to think or, you know, say that you're special, but you can be special in your own way. And, you know, here, Aaron's mom was very positive about that, you know, and she was like the light for the two of them, Carla.
She was.
So do you think, and I think this is me just overthinking it, because I know that Keith cared for her too, but do you think that he was like in love with Carla as well?
I think so.
Yeah, I kind of got
That's why he
that
insulted
feeling.
her, like, you flirt with everyone.
Yeah, kind of like,
Bless
bless you. But kind of like, you can totally be friends with the opposite sex, absolutely, or
Yeah.
whoever. And
I think it was more.
but he seemed very emotional, like he was surprised that she even had a child there, which again, time has passed, so that's a big shocking thing for anyone if you come home to a friend who all of a sudden has a baby. I mean,
Who is this?
Well, you become
knew
so attached to somebody.
Yeah,
Sure.
because he knew that maybe they were married before he left, I'm guessing, you know. But, well, yeah, because you saw their wedding and everything, too. But he seemed kind of upset, and, I mean, people
I think
don't
he was
understand.
shocked. Yeah. I think he had feelings for her, and he just, she was a familiar face, in the tavern, and she always had a smile on her face and always, positive. So he probably just thought, this one person that I can always count on. Oh no, she actually was friendly with someone else, even friendlier.
Yeah.
And a close friend.
Yeah, because I think like there was something where he cares for her in a deeper way, but he was shocked to see her with child. But I think there's just so many emotions also pent up, because here he was just on mission. So many people died. Everything's traumatic, and a lot of people don't see the bigger picture, and he wants to be special to help save humanity and just everything all together. And then seeing her, I think it just made him just express all of that, because it is true. Like, just being normal, I guess you're not going to be able to do anything extraordinary, or at least that's how he's thinking. But if you just go with the flow, it's not good. This is how humanity hasn't moved on or been able to really protect themselves. They just feel safe within the walls until the armor titan took it down. And you really got to do something special in order to fight back.
Right.
But it was good that they were able to hear that story, and to see Grisha like talking to his son, and we know that he is a caring father. I mean, he loves his children, and Mikasa as well, and and he loved his wife, and he was very upset when she died. We've seen glimpses of that before. So even though we saw him as a monster, and it's still terrible, like killing so many members of the Rice family, eating Yuri, and trying to gain more power. He had his own reasons for that, and he is actually a nice guy too. He's trying to do the right things. Unfortunately, it weighs so much on Aaron because it wasn't even his choice. He was forced into this to avenge his mother, so that's not fair. But everyone just has their dark reasoning to survive and to avenge their loved ones, Power.
Right. And Erwin's father, Grisha, when he put that, it's a huge responsibility to avenge your mother. I mean, that's huge for a child. I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, that's such a weight on his shoulders at such a young age. And look at him now. He's still, having the brunt of all this weight on him.
Yeah, he's still definitely feeling it.
And it's crazy because not only does he have this power that he did not want, but he has to learn it all. And it's all new, and it's really hurting his body. Like, it's crazy that he can regenerate, like he can regrow limbs, teeth, everything. Like, it's insane. But his body's paying a toll for it because him being able to work on the wall, materialize certain things to strengthen the wall or whatever.
That really tired him out. That was exhausting.
And he's just
I wonder how long.
now.
I wonder how long these powers would last in somebody. I mean, if it lasts until like your body's exhausted,
what do you mean?
Does it like
materialize like the crystal?
Yeah,
like the hardening of it.
Yeah,
yeah. Like how long can he create this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean he's producing it. I mean, is it only as much as his body can handle?
Probably until it's just he can't bear it anymore.
You just can't produce it anymore.
Right, and you just hope that he can accomplish what he was doing.
Yeah.
And that was a huge piece that
he
was trying to fasten.
Yeah, and I'm thinking too that not knowing how much he can, like the quantity and how much he can make all at once, but you only have a short amount of time to do it because there's just so much energy there. We've seen it like with the female Titan where it like quickly appears, right? But maybe once you generate it, it's fine. Like then it's just done.
Well,
like you don't have to keep it going. Afterwards.
Well, when she made the like when she hardened up her hands and stuff, to protect her neck.
Yeah.
I think she can make small patches like really quickly. Mm-hmm. But since he made a big piece, it took a lot out of him.
Yeah.
So it's got to be the size of it also has to make a difference, I'm sure.
Exactly. And so doing something so major, like, I don't think he'd be able to do it for a very long time, if at all, after that, because that's just so massive.
It might be like a one and done thing where you can do it in one shot, but then he's completely shot after that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great thing to be able to repair a wall with something so strong and something like such a huge area of wall. Like, that's huge, but still.
And what
you have to get it right the first time.
She was doing those tools and, that's fantastic, those creations. And she
with
was
the log
so
coming down.
Excited,
yeah.
To decapitate a Titan like that.
Or just crush the nape, that was like the biggest thing.
What'd you call it, a 1.12 meter crusher or something like that?
She's something about that. She was excited that it was so big that they were able to kill that. And it is a wonderful thing because, I mean, the mechanisms, just the ideas that they have, like the hard work that goes into these weapons, these traps, and it's a great way to save lives because... I mean, how many times can you use that contraption? Like, do you have to, it's a heavy freaking log. Will it get destroyed, a lot of damaged every time you do that?
Will it hurt the wall?
And you have to, pull that back up every time. So you need a lot of manpower there. But if you're just working so labor intensive and you don't have to risk lives, that's a huge thing.
Down the road. When
creates
there's
jobs, like it's a good thing.
Well, yeah, saving a life is the most important factor of it. Even if it's just one life, it did its job.
Yeah,
but
every time they go out, it's just hard.
Yeah, but being so cumbersome, they're not going to be very versatile because you can't really move them as quickly.
Yeah.
But to protect the wall as long as they don't hit the wall,
Yeah. Even just the force of doing it in between the walls, in those pillars there. Just the sheer, trembling could really compromise the wall. So, but she's brilliant. She'll think of something.
Mm-hmm. The trembling.
They're doing other tools too.
Yeah.
Titan tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's true. It's labor intensive to make these tools, but in the long run, it's going to save a lot of lives. And you're not doing it in the middle of a war.
Yeah. So maybe they can think of other ways, like once they repair the wall fully, they can find other traps to lure Titans in so they can just crush them from a distance away from the wall. That would be kind of neat. I mean, that's a lot more.
But I'm hoping this is one of those situations where, new technology, it always starts off as bigger things, then eventually they start making them smaller and smaller. So hopefully they'll be able to make something more mobile where they can take it with them.
Right.
Use it defensively instead of offensively.
Right. Make different ones like slingshots.
Maybe they can even do spears or something. I think they have to be so accurate, but like huge spears, like catapults or something, and just like shoot them off.
Just something that they can take with them that's not going to take them forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can somehow, modify their guns to, do something like that.
Mm-hmm. Or have like a rocket launcher type thing with their blades, and be able to shoot right through. Because you might just have to get right in the middle of the nape in order to kill them. I don't know. So we'll see. But I think it's a really good start. I mean, they've been trying so hard to find ways to defend.
Well, they've come a long way since, first season.
Yeah, they have.
They had nothing, really.
Well, even Keith said that they were so different now. I don't even recognize you guys. So it's just been so
their
long.
attitudes are so different from when just a few months prior.
Yeah. And even the new people, when they were all eating, and you just see them all zoomed in, and they're so dark, and not to make fun, but they're so experienced and hardened by what they've seen and done.
Well,
that it's just
they kind of came in at the wrong time. I mean, it's not like the previous ones where they're all sitting around drinking, laughing, poking fun at the bystanders and whatnot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they came into the serious, the serious shit, so to speak.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very different. It's amazing, like, what you worry about when you're first training and learning, and then it's like, once crap hits the fan and you've been through all of it or a lot of it, it's just very different. Mm-hmm. So it's good to see that.
It is. And Historia, with the children from the orphanage, these orphan children, she's doing so much progress with them. And some people
she's really the only one who can, though. I mean, there's a reason why the kids are in the orphanage. They can't afford to spend time with them, so at least she's able to.
Yeah, that's good if she's with the people and she's helping people who need it, and I think that's really good for a leader to show that she cares and she's on the same plane, she's on the same level as everyone. So that's
what was the name that the townspeople gave her? The Farmer Queen or something?
They mentioned that, but I didn't really catch if it was an actual nickname or not. But yeah, I think they said Farmer Queen or something.
Yeah, but
Queen Farmer, I don't know. But that's good. I think it's a compliment.
Well, I mean, she's showing that she's able to, intertwine her life with the life of her people.
Right. And truly mean what she says when she is
right.
There
so
for
it
people.
actually shows a clear bond between her and her people, and she really wants to do good with them.
Yes, because she can certainly just sit in a castle somewhere on a throne and just be like the fraudulent king.
Yeah, I mean, look what he was doing. He was just sitting there eating all the fancy food. And,
give a crap,
she could be doing that where she's not. That's how fantastic she is.
Yeah, she takes charge, and them joking about her being so motherly. That's a good thing. I mean, she's very caring, and she's giving orders, but it's all for good, It's like she's not like a nasty person, but she takes charge, and I think she's going to be a really good leader.
And plus, to know that she's able to defend her.
Oh, big time, yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of ordering around, I love Mikasa telling Aaron what to do and how to, take it easy and eat and
someone
has
she has that stern look on her face.
I love how dramatic
she knows
their
he
eyes
needs it.
when
He
they
needs his
look at her or
nourishment.
something. Yeah, they get really dramatic.
you see her eyes. You're just like, whoa, better do what she says.
I know, they make him super dramatic, and it's like, oh my god, don't mess with her. And because he feels so much guilt, and he starts to drown in it. So he starts like narrating the past again, and and she's just like, you need to eat. You didn't even eat your food yet. You need to finish that first.
Well, she knows that it's a downward spiral. If if she doesn't snap him out of it, it's just going to get deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
eventually he won't be able to come out.
What do you think that was when she snatched the sacks away from Aaron with that death look? Like, she looked like a zombie for a second there.
She's telling him, you need to rest. You did a lot of experiments, and you need to rest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
She's
because he
telling
keeps saying
him-
that, I'm fine and fine.
Yeah,
and
and he's
she's,
not, and she knows him so well, and she's like, "No, you're not." Like almost like when I kick him in the boot, just
come on. So I think that's a big one, and then I automatically think, was she jealous too because of Historia there? I don't know if that.
I kind of felt a little bit of jealousy. That's why I said, we don't talk to my man.
Oh, yeah, because when you said that, I was like, yeah, maybe she is a little jealous just because the look was so like dead.
But maybe
like,
I just misread it because I think Mikasa knows
she is very protective.
who Historia is. It's not like it's just some random chick on the street.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it could have been a combination of both. She could have been doing it for Aaron, but yet, still might have had a little bit of jealousy that he was hanging out with her.
Yeah, maybe. And I took it more as she didn't like him working so hard.
I think it's the latter, yes.
Because then,
yeah, I want to think it's more like that.
Mm-hmm. Because I get being jealous, but again, it's Historia, and it's important.
Yeah.
She's a huge figure now, and she knows who she is, and it's not like they're sneaking around or anything. I don't know. So I think it's more for his own health that she's worried about. So love you guys. Can't wait to watch the next episode. You can check it out in the links below if you want to see the next one. He gave me a scarf.
Where's your scarf?
Tom, we're going to give you a scarf. You need a scarf now. You keep talking about it. So until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe.
Give us a like.
Do it.